Hello and welcome back to the Tales of Middle-earth. Wasn't it Troubles last time? Anyway, the Tales of Middle-earth tome Never Leave Bree challenge. I am Circle Master. We're still a bozo. And we are one potion away from level 45, which I'm actually 8 essences away from level 45. Which I am certain I can get, especially when there's a potion of life right there, which should give me the 8 on its own. There it is. So, as soon as I drink this potion, we're going to get the quest to save Gondolin. We don't actually have to save Gondolin right away, we just have to take the quest, otherwise Gondolin is destroyed. So, let's drink it down. And a Thunderlord appears in front of us. A Thunderlord, I guess, is somebody who rides a giant bird. It's a holdover from when this was Zangbond, I believe. Zelazny. Something from the works of Zelazny. I haven't read any of his works, actually. So I'm just assuming. But all the Pern references, you know, all of Anne McCaffrey's works, had to be purged from the game due to cease and desist. Anyway, this is Lirin, Rider of Tolan. Turgon, the King of Gondolin, sent him because elves and Thunderlords go together, I guess. Gondolin's being invaded. And he can bring us to Gondolin, but we must go now. If we say no, Gondolin is destroyed. If we say yes, we are teleported directly to Gondolin. Actually, we're teleported directly in front of the castle for the quest. The Patreon patrons had a poll. They voted. And the outcome was, yes, we will save Gondolin. And he says, here we are, Gondolin. Pretend that the screen refreshed, because for whatever reason the engine that ToME runs on cannot handle changing any locations or anything like that in the midst of this dialogue. So yes, Turgon hails you, in quotes. Yep, dragons and balrogs. Yeah, if you've read the Silmarillion, I think it's Maeglin is the elf's name who betrays Gondolin. This is not that. This is separate from that. Because we do have a separate quest in Gondolin to stop Maeglin. There he is right there. Oh, this is the Maeglin quest. Okay. I'm sorry. This is the Maeglin quest. I thought this was a different Gondolin quest. It's hard to see Gondolin because it's night. But, yeah. So if we go to our quest page, Invasion of Gondolin is basically the same thing that Turgon just told us. The Maeglin quest, sorry, is somewhat notorious for being really good at killing the unwary. It is deceptively difficult even for veteran players. A lot of veteran players, I guess, would go into the Maeglin quest knowing the gimmick, knowing how it works, and being overconfident and underprepared, and therefore losing the quest. But that will be for another time because I'm not doing the quest. This guy, Celebrimbor, will enchant your weapons and armor for you to a certain limit. I believe the limit's based on your level, but he cannot improve any of our stuff. We've also got Mr. Rest for the night, which I'm going to do... Whoops. Just so that we can get the full glory of Gondolin to look at. There are lots of special shops in Gondolin. Here are the normal shops, as you can see. And that gold staircase there is the entrance to the Megalin quest. That one there. That gold staircase there in the upper left is the entrance to the house quest. That's where you'd get your house. I'm not doing either of those because they would give XP. I do want to show off these other special buildings. This is another guy that will enchant your armor, and you can also hit Sea Healers. I believe that will cure... It will cure you completely, it will cure all your statuses, and I believe it will also cure the Black Breath. Which is the Mega Curse thing you can get from Ringwraith. That's Turgon's Castle again. That's basically the equivalent of the Mayor's House in Bree, where you can get quests. It's really all he's good for. Up here, we have a guy who enchants arrows and bows. Who cares? Up north, we've got... he'll do Song of Lore. Song of Lore, excuse me. If I'm not mistaken, is basically Greater Identify. You can pay 2,000 gold to Greater Identify anything that you have. I don't know if this will give an alchemist the recipe for an item, but at this point I'm pretty sure that scrolls of Greater Identify are cheaper than 2,000 gold, so I would never use it. Oh no, here, research items. That's Greater Identify. What is Song of Lore then? I don't remember. I'm just going to come over here and hit it. Let's see what it does. Oh, he identifies your entire pack, I guess, for 2,000 gold. Which is nothing. And then research item down here is Greater Identify. My bad. We got these two in the south. He gives quests. His quests are just to hunt certain monsters, I believe. You have to bring back a corpse of a monster. I believe. This is something I never really do anything with because he will just give you quests infinitely. There's no big rewards for him. Morph Restoration. This game has mutations. If you drink a potion of corruption, I think is the most common way to get a mutation. Some of them are good, lots of them are bad, and Morph Restoration will restore you back to normal. And again, this guy will identify possessions more cheaply than Song of Lore, so I don't understand what Song of Lore is, honestly. Recharge item, if you have a wand or staff or something that's out of charges, you can, one time only, recharge it. I believe you're not allowed to recharge it if you extract from it as an alchemist. It flags the item that you can't do that for whatever reason. And again, Healing Prayer Restoration. This restoration will restore your drained stats and such. Because there are some attacks that will temporarily or permanently reduce your stats. They will show up as yellow numbers instead to show that they can be restored. And restoration will heal them back to full. This is a normal Temple, he's just got temple stuff. Couple more special shops. Did I bop into this one already? Oh, this is just the diviner again. Screw that. I've got too many fates already. Down here. Oh, herbal healing. This is the Cures Black Breath. Is herbal healing. It's kind of really expensive. Was there one up here? Nope. Believe that's all the special shops. I don't remember if I ever showed off what is adjacent to the black market here. But this is a merchant's guild. It doesn't work. It was never implemented. So it's a shop that's always closed. He doesn't really have anything. It's worth pointing out that the general stores in the various cities are no better than one another. You know, you're not going to get better things show up in the store in Gondolin than in Bree. You know, it's all drawing from the same pool. These are two separate numbers, but I do not know if they are the same items. Also, I'm already hungry. They appear to be the same items. So, yeah, weak from hunger. Oh, geez. If I do that, nope. Alright. Let's speed ourselves up. Yeah, the reason we get hungry so fast is because I'm traveling at -10. So that is kind of bad in this case, because I'm going to have to walk back to Bree. It's up there. Now, just for safety's sake, I'm going to buy some scrolls of Satisfy Hunger, which will set you to full when you read them. It's basically magic food. Since as a zombie, I cannot eat normal food, normal rations, anything like that. But this concludes our tour of Gondolin. And here we are, Gondolin, and we can see Bree right there. It's not far. Now, when it comes to overland travel, you may remember, see, I'm already getting hungry, so I'm going to step down, read a scroll, satisfy hunger, and step back up. Anyway, you may remember I accidentally stepped out of Bree before and immediately got ambushed. Ambushes are based on your level. If you're lower level, you're more likely to get ambushed on the various tile types. When you're level 45, the only tiles where you can possibly get ambushed are deep ocean tiles. Or deep water tiles. Because some of the rivers in the game are made of deep ocean. Or they're just all called... all the water, I think, is deep water. Or is various shallow or deep ocean tiles. Anyway, as long as you don't step on any of those, at level 45 you can't possibly get ambushed, and at level 50 you can't possibly get ambushed on any tile. You are immune to ambushes. So here we are back in Bree. We had a fun little excursion, but it's time to get back to leveling up. I need 7 more potions of experience to hit level 46. That number is only going to go up. I don't need a scroll of nothing. Let's go back to being super slow. And we'll go back to being disappointed about what is on offer in the stores. Which, in this case, is nothing. Don't need any more scrolls of satisfy hunger. There we go. That got us a couple. Another potion of life, awesome. Although my gold total is less awesome. Also, I just remembered that I forgot to spend my skill points from leveling up. Oops. As you can see, we are going to max out our skills. Skills max out at 50. That's going to happen next level. Or at least the 2 skills that we've been investing in. I'm going to save the rest of my skill points. Actually, let me see if there's no, I don't need ammo creation. I'm going to save the rest of my skill points because there is a way to get additional skill options. If I don't get any good skills from that, I will probably invest in magic device so I can use my rods and such more effectively, and some corpse preservation because some corpses are alchemy ingredients. Although to a certain extent that's more annoying than useful, because it will just mean more monster corpses littering the dungeons as I'm diving through them. But when I need to go after, you know, more troll corpses or dragon corpses, which I'll eventually need. Indestructible ring of speed plus 10. And I can't afford it. Although I already know how to make rings of speed. Do I have any rings of speed here? No, I don't. Alright, because I've got those boots of speed. So I don't even really need it. So I won't get it. Or I won't, and by get it, I mean steal it. I won't bother to steal it. Can you please sell me some exploding ammo somewhere? I would appreciate it. Pseudo Dragon Scale Mail. What is that? Oh, Light and Darkness. They're never going to sell me the scale mail that I want, which is Power Dragon Scale Mail. Which is a shame. That is such a terrible, terrible listing, and that was a terrible listing. Nothing there. There we go. Finally, some exploding bolts and some arrows. Oh, no. I was right the first time. And now I've got over 1 million gold again. Life is good. For some reason, I was thinking this morning as I was getting ready to do this stream about the Staff of Wishes. Like how I would explain that concisely, because there's a lot of dumb rules about the Staff of Wishes. But I don't even know why I was thinking about it, because Staff of Wishes is really rare. So I really hope that it was in some way prophetic, and that I will get a Staff of Wishes at some point during this playthrough. Because that would be nice. That would solve a lot of issues, in fact. Speaking of which, not really, but speaking of issues and leveling, I'm probably a high enough level to take the next quest now, which would be the Ringwraith quest. Do I want to do that? is it worth it at this point when I need so much experience to level? But it would be showing something off. And not just menuing. Although I would have to do menuing to prepare for it because I would need a bunch of potions of detonations. A blessed dagger. That is less than impressive. I don't know if anybody's in the chat right now. My chat app says there are 3 viewers. But if anybody in the chat has an opinion, do you think I should fight the Ringwraith? Let me know. Did it really come out cursed? It did. What a kick in the teeth. Those didn't come out cursed. So far, nobody in the chat is responding, so I'm guessing there's nobody in the chat. Such is life. Oh, jeez. Another fate. Just what I always wanted. Well, I'll tell you what. If I get a sprig of Athelas in the black market, or when I see one next, that's when I'll go after the Ringwraith. So what's my new fate? It's find an essence of explosion on level 1. Who gives a crap? I can manufacture those in town. Sprig of Athelas, there we go. Okay, let's get that. I guess the game heard me and said that I have to do that. So, I'm also going to need potions of detonations. Do I have any essences of explosion? I do not. I am going to need these, though. So I'm going to continue my quest for stuff while I go for... There we go. Apparently I did not have the recipe for those yet. I got 13. It's not nearly enough. Is there anything else in here that I could use? Not really. That's no good. There's some money. Oh, it's D. Now I've got 40 essences of explosion. I do believe it's 6 to make the potion of detonations. So that's not going to be quite 7, which is insufficient. Given how many you get from a stack, I don't think, excuse me, I don't think it would be very long to get sufficient for a good 10. Although I'd kind of like more. So I honestly don't know how many it's going to take. Yeah, unfortunately I can't make any good ammo brands that would help. Maybe flame, but even then. Where'd my sprig of Athelas go? What happened to my sprig of Athelas? Did I accidentally sell it? Oh, I did, because that came out cursed. Alright. How many? I've got 91. Alright, so that's 15 potions. Which ought to do well. I'm going to sell off this odd essence, because I don't need it. Alright, this is going to be just about perfect. Okay, so let's... Let's be running. Let's wear our boots of speed. Let's be really sad that that came out cursed. What am I equipped with right now? Bolts. All right. Let's do it. Actually, first I'm going to notate, if that's a word, how much experience I have right now. And we'll see how much I get. A Dark Horseman. This is a Ringwraith, and as soon as I leave town, he's going to have spawned. I should have gotten my detection thing. Nice. This is why we increase our use magic device skill. Really? Is that bird it? Screw you, sparrow. You'll have to forgive me for being super cautious about this. But I don't want to get into melee with this thing at all. Alright, he's still not around here. That stupid townsperson won't shut up. I wonder if that means that he's off to the right somewhere outside of the ring. of trees here. I'm kind of at a loss. For where this sucker is. Is that it up there? No. There he is. Alright, so he's off on the left. I'm going to check these helms that I've got. Let me see. That's breathe underwater. I don't care about that. No, nothing that gives me ESP, which sucks. I think I had an amulet of telepathy and I got rid of it. There's the entrance to the Barrow Downs. So he's still down there. Is he trapped down there? Is that what's going on? Did he spawn in a place he can't get out of? I think that's what happened. SQPat asks, is that still Bree? Yes. It says Bree in the bottom corner, therefore it's still Bree. You'll have to forgive me, I'm doing the Ringwraith quest, so I'm super cautious about all this crap. Alright, that should have refreshed. Also, I can now see the whole map. There he is. He's by the weapon shop. Okay, he's... Okay, okay. What can I do? Uvatha the Horseman. Let's recall. He's... not going to tell me anything. Let's... target him. Okay, that's the range of my potions of detonations. What does it be? Okay, that took off a good part of his health. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be fine. Alright, we got him. That took like 5 potions. Somehow you feel he's not totally destroyed. Pat says, how was that a chain reaction on the second? Yeah, the first one I threw didn't get there, so it was sitting on the ground. I got closer. The second one just hit him. And the third one hit him and destroyed the first potion, so he got the double hit. So yeah. That looks like it got me about 90,000 XP. Or 9,000 XP, sorry. Yeah. 88, 88.8 repeating. But yeah, all the Ringwraiths will respawn until the one ring is dealt with. So that got me some XP and whatnot. But optimally, I would have waited until I did the ring before I did that. So now, he gave me... What did he give me? Oh, he gave me 6 sprigs of Athelas. What a jip. I already had sprigs of Athelas. Alright, so I don't need that. Let's put back on the light crossbow. Let's put back on the bolts. Let's drop the short bow. Let's take off the boots of speed. And we'll drop those. Pat asks, what's that, food? No, Athelas cures the Black Breath, which is the mega curse that Ringwraiths can give you. Because Ringwraiths are bags of dicks, given form. Let's sell the arrows. Let's get 3 scrolls of Greater Identify. So it took me 6 potions of detonations. I can go sell the Athelas as well. So I don't need these anymore. So now let's identify our loot. We got the Ring of Power of Uvatha the Horseman. Increases charisma and speed by 5, makes you invisible, provides immunity to paralysis, provides resistance to electricity and dark. Drains experience. Heavily cursed. Cannot be dropped while cursed. So, if you really desperately need a speed increase, it's good. Otherwise, no, it's not. So we're going to take this to the museum, since this is a fixed artifact. I have to uncurse it first, apparently. Once I do, I'm going to donate it to the museum, because it is a fixed artifact that I don't need. Anyway, let's see what else we got. We got a large leather shield of resist fire. That's pretty terrible. And a 2-handed sword. Also terrible. Not even worth the scrolls to identify them. So yeah, all in all, that was a bunch of stress for nothing, I've got to say. Also, let's go back to being slow so that we can pass the day more quickly. The real downside here is that this scroll of remove curse could be an essence of extra life for me, but instead I have to spend it uncursing this ring of power. And now it's going to sit there in the museum and look pretty. The upside is that when you identify artifacts, you learn those abilities for when you create your own artifacts. Which is important because I'm going to want a lot of things on my artifacts. A lot of enchantments and such. I don't think it's Holy Prayer that gives extra life. I always forget. It is not. Okay, so I don't need to buy those. One day I'll remember that it's Dispel Undead and Rune of Protection, and not Holy Prayer, that give essences of extra life. There we go, finally, a potion of experience. I got so many of those last week, and this is only the first one I've gotten this week. So I'm 5 away from leveling. I'm definitely not going to get enough essences for one in the next 5 minutes. But I had 2 pretty long detours. I visited Gondolin, I fought a Ringwraith for varying definitions of fight, since all I did was huck explosives at it until it stopped moving. Can't believe I have to buy that from the black market. That was such an upcharge. But I can't turn down essences of extra life, that is. Because I can't turn down potions of experience. So yeah, this is actually going to be a slightly interesting video to watch for anybody who's subscribed to YouTube to watch the VODs. Actual new and interesting things happened. And of course it's followed up by the same old menuing for essences. Staff of Recovery does not do anything good. Or at least not good enough for me to actually care. Alright, I'm going to do one more cycle and then just set up for the next week. Because I'm basically out of time. Potion of Experience, awesome. I'm so glad I did one more cycle. So we are 4 away. Nothing there is good. Although, extra shots. Do I have extra shots? I have rings of extra attacks. I don't know. I'll skip it. Of course, that came out cursed. Oh boy, another fate. Hold me back. Alright, I'm all set up. Just over an hour. I think that's good enough. I should gain a level next episode. As long as I'm not too screwed on the stores. Tomorrow, what's my schedule like tomorrow? Tomorrow I will be streaming in the morning. FYI. I might do a stream late tonight. I doubt it. But I will definitely be streaming tomorrow morning. I will be Final Fantasy 400% still. And until then, take care.